from Italy. That doesn't even feel real, you guys, when I'm saying that. I'm back. Back on the Amalfi Coast. This time, I'm in Miori. Miori is the town we're in right now, Miori. You guys, I'm here for work. The last 48 hours were probably the longest of my life. I got up at 4 a.m. back home. Christian dropped me off at the airport. I flew 9 hours to Chicago, had a few hours there, did the overnight flight from 4 p.m. till like 3 a.m. It was another, that was an 8-hour flight. What was the, yeah, the first one was 5 hours. I can't remember what I said, 5 hours to Chicago. It was about 9 hours to Frankfurt from Chicago, a few hours there, and then another 2 hours to Naples. And then gathering all of the travelers together took a little bit, getting everybody's luggage, all of that. We have a tour director, so she is logistics, handling everything. But once we got everyone together, most people have their luggage, some people have lost it. We're waiting on them on the airlines to hopefully deliver it today. But about a 2-hour bus ride to Miori, because we were going all the way up the peninsula before coming back down on a big tour bus. I didn't even look half the time, I'm gonna be honest, because I'm sure you've heard stories of the Amalfi Coast. Driving is insane because you're literally right on the edge of a cliff for most of it. So I know we're gonna have more days like that. A lot of other people were very anxious, but I just didn't even look, and I was so tired and delirious because I really don't sleep on planes. I maybe got a couple hours. With all that being said, I'm not even letting myself count how many hours that was, because I want my body to be like, okay, it's the time that it is the time that it is. I had an amazing night's sleep last night, but when we got here, we had only a couple hours, so I showered because that was probably one of the best showers of my life when I've been on 3 different airplanes, like over 2 days straight, basically. Public restrooms, you know, all that. Best shower of my life. But then we had a welcome dinner and welcome drinks for everyone. That was hard. I got back to the room feeling, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I'm such an introvert and I'm exhausted. And although everyone has been so sweet and kind and welcoming, I was a little anxious. But after a good night's sleep, which is what Christian told me, he said, after a good night's sleep, you're gonna be fine. And this morning I woke up feeling a lot better. I played some of my favorite songs while I was getting ready and went down to breakfast, and everybody, obviously, it's just like when you have a good night's sleep, the smiles are contagious. So everybody was in a good mood, everybody had. And so I feel a lot better about today. And I'm just gonna go and enjoy it and do the best that I can. I literally, it's so funny when you get in situations like this and you kind of revert back to like your insecurities. I'm telling myself this morning, I'm like, it's okay if not everybody likes me. Like, I'm not here for everybody to like me. I'm here so that they have a really good trip. I have to know that I am here taking care of them and that they feel taken care of. And hopefully that means they like me too. But anyways, that's just my genuine insecurities. And you guys, the youngest couple here is like in their 50s. So everyone else is late 60s, 70s. So I'm saying that about grandma and grandpas. Like literally everybody except for one couple are grandparents. I'm an Enneagram 9. I just want to know that nobody's mad at me. I had a little breakdown in the airport. Traveling solo to Europe is a little scary anyways, and I've only done it one other time. Normally I'm always with family, so it just sort of like reminds you, like, ooh, wow, okay, it's a lot, but I'm proud of myself. And I also am thankful that I was able to pack with just a carry-on. So we're gonna see how well I do with that. But I feel good that I'm not, you know, that I didn't have to worry about losing luggage, and then I can be like free to focus on all the travelers here and taking care of them, especially the ones that did lose their luggage. I'll show you my place later today, but we are going on a boat to Amalfi, I believe, and Ravello. Thanks for being with me, you guys, so I don't feel lonely. And wish me luck.
We are heading to Ravello, which I showed you from the boat.
Did you see that? What the hell?
You're going to realize it one day. That happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship. Happiness was never about following in the footsteps of all of those who came before you. It was never about being like the others. One day you're going to see it. That happiness was always about the discovery, the hope, the listening to your heart, and following it wherever it chose to go. Happiness was always about being kinder to yourself. It was always about embracing the person you were becoming. One day you will understand that happiness was always about learning.
Great about vlogging. We've been really busy and running around, and the moments that I have free time, I'm honestly just like chilling out so hard because I'm exhausted. Yesterday I didn't even bring my camera with me because my bag's just full of like stuff that I need for a trip. Like I have to carry on some paperwork and some like swag, anyways, all this thing for actual work. So my bag was starting to get really heavy and I was like, okay, and I'm carrying like medicine and extra waters for people and all that kind of stuff. I left my camera because it was starting to get heavy. This morning I woke up bright and early because I went to bed at 9 p.m. and it felt amazing. I needed it so bad. We have the morning off, and so I'm gonna go down and get some breakfast because we get breakfast here at the hotel. Get kind of like maybe a bigger breakfast since it's included, and then I'm gonna go back to the Spanish Steps this morning because there's a little fabric store that I really want to check out and take a photo of. Honestly, my little sister and I were reading a book about a girl who's trying to become a fashion designer, and she comes to Rome, and this is a fabric store that she like falls in love with, and so I just kind of like want to take a picture to send it to my sister. It's Monday morning, about 8:30. I'm all packed up to check out of the hotel, and we have until we have the morning, so I don't have to be back here and ready to kind of like get back into travel mode and work mode with everyone until 1 o'clock. So I'm just gonna wander a little bit, maybe sit down somewhere, have a cappuccino and read my book and just sort of, yeah, enjoy a morning in Rome. That's low key. And then we hop on the bus and we head to Orvieto in the region of Umbria, basically Umbria, which is Tuscany, like heading towards Tuscany. You hear the church bells? So cute. I feel like up until this point, since the last time I checked in, it's been all just b-roll, and I have a ton of stuff on my phone, so I'll probably try and include that and sort of make it make sense a little bit. But we've just had really full days and I'm exhausted. My feet hurt but I'm also really having the best days because I love Italy, so it's really hard to complain. I am missing Christian and Rue a lot, and thankfully, like, now that we're about a week. Yeah, we're like almost a week in now with everybody. People are starting to feel comfortable and they're kind of making friendships, and so it's nice. I feel like I can like step back a little bit from being sort of like host and guide. Although in Rome, a lot of people don't really feel comfortable just walking around by themselves. So I did a lot of tour guiding the last few days, which is probably why my feet hurt. This is only my 3rd time to Rome, but you know, for them, I guess it just feels more comfortable. Somebody that feels confident walking through the streets and isn't scared to like get lost or all that to say. Let's go get some breakfast and let's have a sweet little morning in Rome.
I don't deny that I could use some company. All my friends say, honey, just let him be. Now your perfume stuck on my shirt, and there's an empty left in my bed. I don't know about you, but put you first. I bought some new flowers, they're all dead. First you are in, then you are out, like snow in the spring. I just want your time.
Cheese, cream of pistachio, which I think is sort of like their pistachio pesto. Tomatoes, basil, or hazelnuts on top because we have like crunched up hazelnuts. The bread is like 10 out of 10. I'm curious to try. There's a sandwich I really want to try in Florence, so I'm curious to compare the two. I'm gonna go find that fabric store next. Also, I didn't get anything at H&M. I tried on some things, but I packed only a carry-on, so I really don't have much room to put anything else in. And it's H&M, although the H&Ms here are so much better. This H&M was in the middle of like the design district, so in between like Gucci and Prada and all these places, and so it's just styled and stuff way more like luxurious. Mannequins are dressed beautiful. I just went into a pharmacy. The pharmacies here are so adorable. I'll put in photos of this one. Like had chandelier and everything. It's just so cute. But the skincare they have is so good. I'm sure you know it's like all over TikTok. The things that you need to get at an Italian pharmacy. That's okay. No, that's okay. I can take. You want to be in it? No.
You come right here. No, I'm
Okay, ready? You would love it here. It's adorable. Like probably the cutest Italian town I've ever been to. I'm obsessed with it. The hotel we're staying at is meh. It's definitely older. Oh, but here's the view from my window. The most peaceful little town ever. Everyone is so sweet, and I'm rushing to meet the group because our second half of the tour of the day is starting in just a second here. And since I'm hosting, I cannot be late to anything. I just set a good example. But I need to tell you about my lunch experience because it was just like, there's been a few main character moments throughout the trip. And I'm like taking mental notes in my mind of like, okay, I feel like I'm in a movie right now, or I feel like this needs to be in a novel. And lunch was one of them. So I will share that with you when we get back from our afternoon. Okay, this is where I had lunch today. I stumbled back upon it while I'm walking around, and I found it because it was rated like a 4.9 or something. Food was amazing, and like I said earlier, I had to order. I don't know what that means. Oh. Everywhere is a postcard, and it's not real.
Basilica of St. Clair to the extreme right.
Made it to Tuscany. I'm gonna show you guys like this unreal view that I'm looking at in just a second. I'm tired today and definitely missing Christian and Rue. I've done much better than I thought I would. Honestly, the worst part, and this is the worst part about last time that I hosted a trip for work, which was to France a couple years ago, it's the anticipation. The anticipation gave me a lot of anxiety about the trip and the traveling and not being with Christian, and then all the people and the personalities and having to like be on for so many days in a row. I remember on the way to France, and Christian was driving me to the airport, I had a little bit of a breakdown because I just felt the weight of it and the anxiety of it. Where I was just like, I don't even want to go. I don't want to go. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. And it's not the traveling. I love traveling. It's the traveling for work and knowing there's a lot that rides on my shoulders. All that to say, the anxiety of the anticipation of the unknowns is by far the worst part, because I get here, the first few days feel like a lot. Anyways, I don't even know what day into this trip. Three nights here and 2 nights in Tuscany. Ooh, we might only have 5 nights left. Is that real? I have no idea. It's all a blur at this point, but today was really fun. We went to Siena. And it was really, really fun. Probably the best like walking tour that we've had, because there's just so much fun, exciting like tradition histories about Siena. If you've ever been, you know. Their town is just, their city is like made up of a bunch of towns that are just so passionate about their life and their city there. So anyways, let me show you my room though. We just got to our villa in Tuscany. It's stunning. I mean, Tuscany never gets old to me. I'm gonna show you this because I feel bad that I'm looking at it without you guys. It looks like a postcard. I can't make this up, you guys. That's my view. But I'm up here. I called it the Cinderella Tower because I'll show you. It's sort of like a tower that I have to come up to. It's very simple. It's a little dated. Bed. Okay, actually not my worst bed. The worst bed so far was in, where were we after Amalfi? We went to, Rome's bed was actually great. Wait, Amalfi, Rome, where were we just? Oh, Orvieto, which probably my favorite town so far, but the hotel was definitely old and dated, and that bed was pretty much coils. But the fact that I'm so exhausted every single night, I've been falling asleep before 9 o'clock, like I'm in bed ready to go to bed. I haven't even been eating dinner, and we've had quite a few nights on our own, and I'm just kind of like letting everybody go do their own thing for dinner, and I'm getting in bed and falling asleep before 9, which is the reality of being an introvert hosting a 16-day trip with 24. Not everybody's an extrovert, but essentially you obviously don't do group travel unless you enjoy being around other people. So okay, but this view could honestly make me cry. I started getting emotional looking at it, and I was thinking, oh, I think it's because I'm missing home, and I wish Christian could see this, which I 100% do. But I also think it's like this overwhelming amount of peace. It's just the birds and the breeze and this view that looks like a movie set. I need to be down there for our group dinner. I'll show you my room first of all. Okay, Cinderella's tower right now. So the door is down here, but there's more steps. So I had to come up these steps into this first door. And this is my front door. And then up these steps. Bathroom is in here, which at least is a full shower. And, well, actually this is better than the last one I had in the other place. This might actually dry my hair a little bit. And then back up these stairs. And I just have a little baby desk here. Vaulted ceilings, which are gorgeous. I have no idea how I'm going to be editing these videos because I just know it's like few and far between. There's probably no like fluid storyline at this point. Probably, oh, I look exhausted. Also my allergies a couple days ago started. I don't feel bad, but my nose is running and then my eyes watering and then I keep needing to sneeze, and I got some allergy medicine. It's like not really helping. Thinking maybe I'll do like a recap at some point, some of the best moments, because I've had some really good like moments, and that's what I prayed for. Magic. I prayed for magical moments for every single person here on this trip. Those are the moments that make a whole trip worth it. It's those moments of magic, honestly. And some people, I don't know, you can call them God winks, which I know that I think that's so cheesy, but I get it, and I experienced those even on this trip. Some answered prayers with just like travelers and things going wrong, and like praying that I'm not getting my people lost when I'm walking them through Rome by myself, like 25 old people, and it just is like a little bit terrifying. From my little Cinderella tower. I have made it to Venice. Let me show you my hotel room. We left Tuscany this morning. Just gonna like give you a little brief review. This is definitely the nicest bathroom I've had since I've gotten here, and I'm so excited to take a shower with a real shower head and a real shower. I don't think, did I show you? I think I showed you my bathroom in the last one, but I didn't have water one of the mornings, and I mean, we're just staying in old, cool, historic places. But after a lot of days of that, nothing is gonna feel better than a shower that has hot running water in a clean new bathroom, marble floors. And then it's like kind of pretty modern in here, which is really nice. And the bed is comfortable and the pillows are comfy. And you look outside and you're like, oh, that's right, I'm literally in Italy. A little bit of time before we're all meeting back in the lobby, we're doing a little birthday toast for one of my travelers whose birthday it is. So I got some champagne for everybody to have. I'm gonna bring down, I think, some chocolates, which, by the way, if you guys have not had these Baci chocolates before, Baci means kiss in Italian. I had these for the very first time, the first time I was ever in Italy, which was back when I was 17. They're nostalgic for me, but they're also really, really good. Chocolate with hazelnut. Sweet because inside they have little love notes, which is just really cute. These last few days, which is how it always happens, are just the best. And I've been really excited to come to Venice because I haven't been back to Venice since my first time in Italy. And so I'm really excited. This whole trip has definitely been, what's it called, exposure therapy for me. Not even just like wandering, because that I have always, like, I enjoy doing that in a city. It doesn't bother me to wander in a city alone, but to sit down and have a meal, I just really have not had experience doing that. Not like at a real restaurant, you know, a cafe or grabbing a coffee or something like that, but I've been just pushing myself to do that. And the first half of the trip, I really I didn't have dinner. I just would like have a big lunch. It felt easier to do that if I was by myself, or just get like a back corner table with my book and have lunch, and then I was fine. But I've gotten braver and my ordering has gotten better, especially in the small towns. Some of those places, like, they didn't speak English. I pushed myself to actually communicate in Italian and not just like point on things on the menu, which those smaller towns, they really appreciated that, and they just were so sweet and kind to me. All that to say, exposure therapy is working. The last few places, like, I didn't even think twice about it. I was so comfortable just like sitting, eating a full meal by myself, and it's really enjoyable. This trip is just so good for me because it pushes me out of my comfort zone, awakens those muscles of how to love people well, even as an introvert, because I let that be my excuse a lot of times of just being in my bubble. I have the capacity, even if it takes a little bit more energy from me than it might from somebody else. Also, getting better at Italian, love that for me. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, just coming home with like a lot of confidence, because all of those things push you to grow. On top of that, all of my travelers are adorable and they just make me feel special, like a little doll that they just love. Just they're just so cute. They want to know my skincare, what mascara I use, where I get my clothes. They want me to take them shopping. They're like, 3 of them by the end had the same shoes when they found them in the city. Yeah, so it's good going home with that extra bit of confidence, like, oh my gosh, wow, I've got a whole new fan club of 70-year-old ladies that just think I'm precious. And I knew I was doing a good job when I started getting those little comments like, I just want to put you in my pocket and take you home with me. And I was like, okay, I'm doing my job well. We're on our walking tour. It's literally so cute, I could cry. Can't get a hold of Christian to save my life. I've FaceTimed him like 6 times because I just need somebody else to see this with me. Venice at sunset. I mean, you could just tell it's like this stunning glow over everything. It is officially my last few hours in Italy before I finally head back home to California. I'm excited to go home. I'm not really looking forward to tomorrow, to the travel day. We get on our water taxi at 6:45 a.m. head straight to the Venice airport. It should only be probably like a 10-15 minute boat ride. I'll have half of my travelers with me, so I'll still be kind of in work mode, making sure they all get on the boat, get off the boat, get to the counter, and make sure everybody has their correct luggage, and then get everybody to the gate. And then once I'm on the plane and everybody's settled and they're kind of on their own at that point, I can kind of like decompress. I have a bottle of champagne here from the hotel. I did a little birthday cheers for one of my travelers last night, and they had an extra bottle of champagne and I don't want it to go to waste. I tried to see if our tour guide wanted to share it with me last night. I might text her again today and be like, are you in your room? Because I have this whole bottle of champagne. I don't want it to go to waste. I can't drink this all by myself. And I have like an hour left before we meet for our final goodbye dinner. I'm going to spend that hour drinking champagne and packing up everything so I feel really good. And right when we get back from our dinner, I can just go to bed, because I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of a longer dinner since it's goodbye. I think I have to give like, I need to be thinking about that actually, sort of like a wrap-up speech. I'm having an out-of-body experience, because it's like, oh, I'm honestly so happy and ready to go home, but I'm feeling really, really thankful and really grateful, because at the end of the day, it was an amazing trip and I got to spend 16 days in Italy. So between now and last May, because you know I was here with my family, of the past 12 months, I spent a full entire month in Italy out of those, which is just amazing. The Lord said, you, my girl, are gonna be spending some time in Italy this year. Did I think it was gonna be 30 days? I did not expect that, but I'm really thankful. Okay, cheers to us. Oh, let me show you what I got too. I finally found, maybe when I get home, I'll show you everything that, all of my Italy purchases. I'm really proud. Everything is fitting great. All of my extra stuff. I have all of my travel outfit laid out there. Using this for dinner tonight, but then I'm gonna actually put that in there and transfer the rest of the stuff into my backpack. And then this actually is gonna be much lighter on the way back. And I'll have all of my toiletries in my backpack. And then I should be good. And really the only thing is the hat. The hat is the most annoying thing. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Bringing a hat that can't be squished and packed. It's just so irritating, honestly. I'm just like, especially on a trip like this where we literally moved hotels every 3 nights. If I was at some place for the whole time, no problem. But anyways, yeah. So cheers to me. And Laura, my tour guide's gonna come over and she's gonna have a little cheers with me too before our last dinner. So cute.